Alright everyone, let's get straight into this. Welcome to Scavenger SV-4 today. As you can see, I've got the face cam going on. The game should be coming out at 60 frames per second hopefully. Now, obviously this is supposed to be a nice chill session, so let's just get straight into the game. Let's try and randomize our character. Why not? We got Francis Daniels on the Haven ship. Why not? Let's start the game. So hopefully this is coming out okay. Now, one thing to note is that I do have a new PC, hence why I'm able to do this. And this is on balanced settings, so the game will drop frames at times, and you'll see where it happens. And there's not much I can really do about that, sadly. So the reason why I'm playing this game now is that there has been some patches since the last time I played it, such as easy mode and an option to disable a jump scare in the game, which I have no idea about that. But you know, it's a good chance to show you guys gameplay of this game in 1080-60 hopefully, and you know, it should be pretty good. So sensors report an emergency beacon during the long range scan. Looks to be about 4 days out, this far out on the rim. I'm probably the closest ship that can respond. Next log entry. Oh, sorry, I'm not even clicking on it. Got a reply back from a message. Sounds like there's one survivor at least. No video, just audio. It sounded like she's in a bad way. Kind of a wet sound to her voice, and she wasn't making a lot of sense. I picked up the distress ship on sensors. It's radioactive as hell. Drive contaminant failure maybe. In any case, I'm keeping my distance. I see now why I can't get the survivor on comms. One look through the windows and it's obvious that she's dead or close enough as makes little difference. Damn, radiation burns. I've voice cast a message back to Finster Outpost to report the identity of the ship, coordinates and trajectory. I'm still curious about what happened. I sent a data link over on the rover. Navigation records say this ship spent a week surveying an uncharted world at these coordinates where we're at now. I plotted a return vector to my original course and left the dead ship behind me. Rest in peace. Calculate some numbers and run some simulations. Yeah, blah de blah de blah. Arriving in the system, the planet looks just like the data said, radioactive and enigmatic layers of clouds over a solid overcast over who knows what. No time to waste. Let's get started. Cool. And if you go back to the menu, there is that Dungeon Road game that I tried to play, I think, in the last video. And as you can see, these kind of look bad, but you know, that's the sort of thing that we're talking about now. One thing that this is where you'll kind of see drop frames, is that if you look back over the ship, you might see that it doesn't quite play at full quality. It might even be with like doors open or something. But either way, this is our planet. Look, it looks a bit better than usual. It kind of still looks like a gas giant, does it not? But at least you can kind of see that it might be a bit more of a planet. Because usually it just looks like a big thick atmosphere and that's it, but this looks kind of like a haze over a solid surface. I can't say I've ever had a green planet, and we're orbiting a blue or white blue star, so that could be like a, I don't know, A or F star or something, who knows, or B maybe, who knows. So obviously let's get ourselves launched off and ready to go. Now, admittedly, you're going to see some high scores that are going to be pretty damn bad. But I think this score will be bad too, because I've got easy mode on. And what's supposed to happen with easy mode is that you don't get exposed to the radiation as fast as usual. So it means that you get less points, but you shouldn't get horrifically burned by the radiation that this system is supposedly emitting. Now, obviously, you know, see, like here for instance, you see it kind of drops frames. That's even on balanced settings and trying to record this, it does well, even without recording it, it drops frames when you look back over the ship. But what we should see is that if we go into this area, we should be able to see that the game kind of looks a lot better, the exploration side of it at least, and kind of looks okay too. I didn't want to risk putting this on like the prettiest settings, otherwise you get a hell of a lot more dropped frames compared to usual. And the last thing I want to do is subject you to like a hell of a lot of dropped frames, because then that's just no better than recording it on my laptop, and that's like, you know, would I really want to put you through that? Probably not. So anyway, let's get into the game right now. So as you can see, we've got something dead ahead of us. like these sort of crystals or something. So yeah, there is the microphone, and I actually tried to see if the radio receiver does anything, and it kind of is like a microphone, I guess, or of sorts. Let's pick this up. So these are the manipulator arms. We've got ourselves something. This was the thing I was interested in, this crazy little area over here. Looks like some sculpture or something. If you go right on in. Oh wait, it's like very specific, do you see that? There we go, object in range. I'll laugh if it's like above this and I'm sort of cheating it by going on like the level below. Okay, there's another sample. So as you can see, this is kind of running at a decent frame rate in this area. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem as if I have the settings to, like the frame rate in the top right or something to show you what the frame rate actually is. So unfortunately, that's something that you won't be seeing. Although you would see it drop below 60 frames per second when I'm looking back over the ship, definitely. But oh, okay, we're in rough terrain, so I won't recall here. I remember what happened last time and completely like wrecked the rover, and it was like really bad. Damn, I must have got like the rover stuck in a ditch or something. Oh, what the hell? Oh, no wonder, the reserve battery. What about the auxiliary generator? Can I turn this on? There we go. We can turn the auxiliary generator on, so that sort of helps with the power and all that. So I haven't really been criticised in the comments, but I've been criticised by the game for basically not doing anything. What the shit was that? I'm on rough terrain. I thought I saw something like a laser or something. Yeah, I don't know. It might be me slamming off the surface or something. That looks like something, doesn't it? That definitely looks like something. But I'm going here first, because this looks like it might be something. And then I'll record the rover and see what we got. Don't jump scare me, please. Alright. So long as it doesn't say rough terrain, then we might be in a good position to record the rover. And I might see what this thing is up ahead over here, because that looks like something. Let's recall. Turn the auxiliary generator off. So that should be good enough. As you can see, you get a better look at the planet. It does look like a bit of just like a green sphere, and that's it. But I'm pretty sure if I put it on prettier settings, then you kind of would see that there are clouds in the surface, but the game would drop frames pretty considerably, and I can't actually change the options in game, otherwise it closes the game down, believe it or not. But there is a save feature at least, so I could actually save the game and change the settings if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to. Maybe there's another video, or maybe like I'll stop the video and do like an attachment, but that means editing it, and I kind of didn't want to edit this video down because I want to get this uploaded on the Tuesday, I believe it is. So whatever the date is today, it was like the 4th or something. Or was it the 5th today? Because I know it's the 10th on Sunday, and that's when I do my monthly YouTube stream to my Stream Archives channel, so I have no idea what I'm going to do on the 10th, mind you. But you know, I'm always open to suggestions of stuff to potentially cover, so long as I haven't actually covered it already, mind you. Anyway, I don't know if I can actually, yeah, I'm pressing control and it's not actually allowing me to do multiple you know, selections. So let's select all of that over into the science laboratory, and let's research all of these objects, see what we've recovered. Those are like the objects in there, I guess, and in here. It's funny how I want to. Oh, there's that object. I was going to say it wasn't even in here. Wow. So last time we was able to find a planet with a moon. I don't know if this planet's going to have a moon. Who knows? But yeah, I kind of see the game's dropping frames a little bit. So Might not be able to play this game for as long as I want to, although I could save it and return to it if I really wanted to. And then sort of have this as a part 1, and then part 2 I can try the max settings for you guys and see how that looks maybe. As you can see, we've got radiation dosage above approved exposure limit. So yeah, we've got about 346 millisieverts of exposure. So that's what I mean. Right now it would be probably double that, and it would be really bad. But as you can see, we can put ourselves in really good condition. Although, as you might see from the items that we would have recovered, they're not gonna actually give us a hell of a lot of credits, if you will. And that's sort of the thing. It's like getting a high score at the end of the day. Now, at least you can kind of see what this is, but the periodic table just looks like ass, doesn't it? Like, you can't even read off of this. I'm pretty sure in max settings you could actually read off everything, but I'm not really gonna attempt to put max settings on now, shall we say. I could actually go over to the surface in the meantime. I usually like to just chill around though. Make sure about what I'm dealing with. Maybe apply it if I need to, and then go from there. So it talks about like the fire triangle or whatever, is it? Talks about or fire risks or whatever. We got our what's this? Material safety data sheets. Okay. And other stuff. Electron backscatter of detector. Okay, what's this? Yes, very, very interesting. This one's almost done. It's a middle one. Oh, okay, what's this? Arrow indicator. Operating via unknown means, this device appears to indicate a bearing to a fixed point on the planetary surface. The significance of this point in space, if any, is entirely unknown. We've got 2 more things to wait on. Recording a video. So, yes. Cool. So that's the only problem with this, we're waiting around on stuff. So it could be a bit boring to watch. Oh yeah, you can kind of see the drop frames now. You can kind of see it, can't you? If I move around, it's just not very nice, is it? So one thing to note is that I think this game, in the recommended specifications, it says like you need a GTX 1060 on, you know, that's recommended. Now considering my PC has a GTX 1080, if it's dropping frames on just balanced settings, it's like not a good sign, is it? Honestly, I would probably put it down to the game being unoptimized, but you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. And if I'm dropping frames in something like this, then you know, what's the chances of me dropping frames in stuff like Destiny 2 if I ever get it on PC, or you know, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or any new game on PC if the recommended graphics cards are 1060 and you know, the game drops frames. Like a game like this drops frames to just stupidness. But we got a pulse laser as well, kind of like an alternative to the turret that we have. That is worth more. So yeah, I think for the arrow indicator, it just points you to a certain area. So that could be like oh yeah, we want to go in this direction, so let's just go in that direction. And we've also got like data storage, so it could be like what happened in the end of the last video, I think it was, where it was like an image map or something. But we've got to see what it says first. Let's take a look. Or it could be like a map data or something. Oh, it's audio data. The data stored on this wafer appears to be a representation of sampled waveform data. Insufficient data existed to determine the original sampling frequency, so the spectrum has been mapped to the human audible range. 6,500 credits. Damn. So what could I do with that? I could apply it to the rover maybe and see what there is to do with it. Well, unfortunately I won't be able to hear it though, so what I could do is I'll put the audio data and the arrow indicator up onto the rover. Then if I rover to the garage, then I should be able to apply those items, check like the performance and all that, and then probably go down for another look on the planet and find that where that arrow is actually pointing to. So if I install item, that's what I'm looking for. So I think it gives you an overall look, if you will, like the power rating and all that if you have all this enabled. Now obviously, as you can see, we've got a lot of stuff here. I would kind of see all this stuff as necessities, but as we can see, our maneuverability is pretty bad and our power situation is kind of okay. But if we turn stuff on, then you can kind of see that it gets pretty bad pretty fast. So unfortunately for something like the audio, I don't think I'll be able to experience what that sounds like right now. Might have to revisit the video after the fact and see what it sounds like. Kind of weird. I'm pretty sure I could use the radio receiver if I wanted to as well and pick up some stuff. But couldn't we just go from here maybe and took... No, I thought you could go from like here and look at some stuff. If I uninstall that, then that should contain an item that I can use. Say I could just like move that into there maybe. Okay, so I need to actually drag that off the rover. Then wait for that to become available. Drag that into, say, the storage, and then launch the rover perhaps. Oh, I need to rover it back first though. Rover it to the cargo bay. I'm pretty sure there's all sorts of what the hell was that? Do you guys see that? I'm actually kind of concerned right now. I actually have no idea what the hell that was. It was like a flash or something. Could that be like lightning from the surface, or is this like what the jump scare is? Because I can't hear anything, so that would be pretty scary if it was a jump scare, like a visual at least. Although I'm pretty sure jump scares are more, you know, like screamer, or I don't know if it said jump scare, not screamer, so I wouldn't expect like an audio peak or whatever. Oh god, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to deactivate the auto dock, then get out, then keep an eye on stuff. So that's like if we want to go outside for whatever reason, you know, ship status and all that. Yeah, I swear I saw a flash. So who knows if that was an alien spaceship trying to shoot at us or something, or if it was just a, you know, just the light flickering, or the planet and had a thunderstorm or something. I have no idea about that whatsoever. I am kind of concerned right now, to be honest, but I'm sure there should be nothing on this ship to, you know, jump scare us, to be honest. I'm pretty sure. And you can kind of see the Milky Way galaxy in the background too, which is quite good. That was weird. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of like a lightning strike. How lightning doesn't always have to strike the ground, it can actually go upwards. I think it actually like struck a satellite or the ISS or something like that. It was like pretty weird, you know, like lightning actually going upwards instead of like going down towards the ground. Oh, look at that! Look at the rover. We can actually see the rover go down to the planet for a change. Oh, we got shadows moving because of the star. I want to see if we can just look at this for as long as we can. So does it actually go down to the surface, or does it just like disappear? So I'll try not to get the crosshair in the way if it just like it just disappears. Look, you saw that. It just disappears. But we are getting close to the surface. So I think the only settings that are on are sun shadows, as opposed to, you know, full on shadows from everything. I don't know. So we're getting back in onto the surface. Now if I activate the arrow indicator, what you can see is that it does drain the power pretty substantially. So the last thing we want to do is be you know, depleting our power, and as we can see, we can't even see where the arrow indicator is because it's not even, you know, there. So we might need to turn on the auxiliary generator for that. Turn this off, then pick up the object, and then see. I might replace the I can then just like select this button, put it here, and then if I do that, then it's telling me to go in this direction. Now if I turn the auxiliary generator off, then as you can see it does drain through the power quite a lot. So I might try and switch between the auxiliary generator and the regular power as best as I can. Oh, there's something down here. Look, could it be this thing that it's pointing to? Or was this a trap and a jump scare or whatever? Now it could be pointing to this thing, it might not though. So the only way to be sure is to actually go past it. Yeah, it is pointing to this thing, so it's pointing here. Okay, we got something. If I go up this way, I should loop back to where I started. So at least I can say I've scoured this area of the planet at least. Hopefully, because it's all hilly and all that. That's the only problem. You can't really, you know, explore it if it's all like hills or whatever. Although our rover is a bit slower due to power, you know, reasons and all that. So just trying to explore some of the surface at least, because I have been criticised by the game for not really exploring too much of the planet's surface. And as you can see from our survey map, it is a bit like a small area of the map. But who knows how much is actually there to explore, and whether or not you're going to loop back on yourself at some point. But who knows? I mean, you can save and exit the game, so as long as you keep on top of your radiation exposure, then you could play this for several hours maybe under one save and just try and do everything that you can. Although most of the time you'll probably be doing stuff like this where it's just aimlessly driving around on the desert surface. So you got a feel for what must be painful for the Mars rovers or whatever. Recall. So okay, that's already off. Status display. Sorry, I've got to place that. Jump scare. Don't think there's a jump scare. Oh, look at that! You kind of see like a line on the planet. Don't know if that's a texture thing or not. Oh well, it is what it is. Wait for the rover to come back. I kind of see that it goes through the clouds look as well. That's pretty cool. So I might call it a day after this. Or maybe not for the game. I might save and exit and then come back. It is easy mode at the end of the day, so I shouldn't be dying to radiation, hopefully. But who knows what the situation is. I could come back on max settings and show you what this game looks like on max settings on my PC and trying to record it at the same time. Although I will have to review this video first and see if it does drop frames on the video at times when it does look as if it runs at 60 frames. Oh, look at this, look over there. There is a moon. There's a moon on this planet. Of course, if I had anti-aliasing on, then that would look smooth. It just looks pixelated, but it is what it is. As I say, if I put max settings on, then there would be anti-aliasing, but it's going to cause some problems, I think. It's a bit weird how just like it goes dark. So why is it dropping frames when I'm looking over this way from the bridge? Yet it sort of looks black in these areas. I don't know. Something at least. At least I'll pick these items up so I can actually uninstall the oh, come on, get off the... There we go. Did it just come up with an error message or something? I don't even know. Or it told me that the item was taken to the science lab to be researched. So let's just research all of them. Right, why are we rate? Thought the planet disappeared then. Oh, it went black. No, it's just the emptiness of space. And the green planet below with a moon. Yeah, it has actually got a moon. So maybe every planet has a moon. Who knows? Anyway, what I wanted to do is uninstall that arrow indicator because I don't need it now. So if I select this and uninstall it, then when that returns, I should be able to put it just into the garage and then, you know, not use it ever again, because it will point to that location that I've already looted or scavenged from, rather. Wait, it was pointing to this power storage, wasn't it? This arrow indicator. So what could that be telling us? So that's the thing. It's just mystery, mystery, mystery. You have to figure out what's going on. Right, so I've got to go down here again. I'll see what this is. It should be ready to, you know, look into. Got the planet. Alright, we've got a single-use cell. So this power storage device is a non-rechargeable auxiliary power battery. When powered on, it will run in standby mode so long as the rover has sufficient power. If a power shortfall is experienced, the cell will discharge as necessary to reach nominal power flow up to the maximum discharge limit of the cell. Once depleted, this cell will become non-functional. And there's also a mechanical item as well, which is still undergoing some level of you know, scientific, you know, the science lab is just researching it, basically, trying to figure out what it is. Is that a line in the corner of the skybox? My god, the skybox has got lines in the corners. I think that was like a reference to some Xbox 360 indie game or something. It's just like these people that were playing it, and it's just like they're criticizing the game because you can clearly see the skybox, and it's just like you can kind of see where one edge meets the other or something. It's just like, it looks so bad. And so if you authorize the treatment, so you just got to keep on top of this. I haven't been doing it, so I've been exposed, and it is at the point where it is but think about it, if this is with a normal mode, you'll have to be doing it twice as often as I'm doing it now. So it kind of means you really, really need to be on top of this all the time. Right, so that's the only problem I would have with that, at least, is that you need to be more on top of your, you know, the radiation exposure and all that. But, you know, it is what it is. That's sort of the fun of the game, is that it's a mix between exploring and keeping yourself healthy as well. So it says manipulator, so it could be a replacement of the manipulator arms, and that would be something new. I don't think I've ever come across a substitute for the arms. Is that rotating? I think that object's rotating, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like the moon's rotating around the planet as well. Damn. So it's not like our moon, where the moon is sort of like tidally locked to the point where one side always faces it. This looks like it's actually rotating, so that's pretty nice, I would say. That features in the game. If that's actually what's going on, it could just be moving and it's me. You know, like I think it's definitely rotating. That's nice. Almost there. I'll wait for that to do, and I'll round the video off. I don't know if this is going to be, you know, uploaded on, say, the 5th of June, or if I'm going to wait and play this game some more and then put that into that next recording in the video or not. But you know, I can always save and exit. That's something I've never done, and I can always continue on with this save and then go on for however long I see necessary. Who knows? It's a shame we can't send a rover to the moon though, but look at that. Maybe you can go to the moon yourself. That could be something. You can actually just like go out through the airlock and go to the moon yourself and just see what happens. I'm not going to be doing it though, because we've got hydraulic jaws. The research facility has succeeded despite substantial difficulties processing this sample. This device can be adapted as an alternative manipulator arm assembly for the rover. These hydraulically actuated jaws are capable of exerting substantial prying force. This device consumes an unusually large amount of electrical power in operation. This device is firmly efficient, remaining relatively cool during operation. So from that exploration, we managed to find essentially a battery of sorts, and the hydraulic arms, which hydraulic jaws, which is essentially a replacement for the manipulator arms. So I might actually just do that now. Actually, I'll uninstall the manipulator arms and sort of replace them with the hydraulic jaws instead. And then obviously that's all installed now. And I might save and quit, and then that'll be it basically for this recording. For now at least. I might come back at another time and continue to play. Obviously if we go and activate it, oh, look at how much power that actually takes. It goes from great to poor very quickly. But the thermal situation is still good, so it wasn't lying about the description. It does eat through a lot of the power. That's something you have to consider when you're doing this. Right, I'll see if there's any extra radiation that we can cure now. And I'll save and exit, ready for the beginning of the next recording, hopefully. So you can go down to about 320 millisieverts residual exposed radiation, which according to this, it is still, you know, above the advised limit, so that is not good at the end of the day. However, it is what it is. We get exposed to it, so kind of our fault. Dropping frames again. Look, that's the game doing it, not me. Well, hopefully not. The video is dropping frames. Right, so I'll start here. What I'll do is I'll save the game and exit, and it exits to the main menu. So you have this option to continue that game, and I'm gonna quit out of it so you get to see the outro. And I'm waiting the video off here. So thank you for watching, and I will see you. Oh, look at that! Hold on, can you see this? Can you see this or not? Hold on, I need to show this to you because this happened last time when I tried to do this. Where's my mouse gone? Oh, it's actually not even there. Okay, there's the Windows button. Alright, the mouse is actually bugged. You can't see it. Basically, the game's crashed. It stopped working, so that's very good, isn't it? I've been going for about half an hour. Anyway, this is going to be the end of the video, hopefully, and, you know, have a great day and all that. See you later, and this is the Master 974 signing off for today.